Hello, everyone. Did you know that there is more than just the traditional way of eating food?
Hi.
Today, I have my 6-year-old daughter here with me today because she actually has a feeding tube, and her feeding tube is in her belly. And this is how she gets all of her calories and her nutrition. And today, I'm going to teach you how to do a feeding tube feed. It seems intimidating at first, but after I demonstrate this to you, hopefully you would feel confident enough, or at least not as scared of a feeding tube. So first, I'm just going to show you the supplies that I use. Everything that I use is clean and sterile. Um, Everybody who has a feeding tube gets different kinds of feeds. So sometimes there are bolus feeds, which is the kind of feed that I'm going to be doing to my daughter today. There is also a continuous feed where they actually are hooked up to a feeding pump and they get a rate of feed continuously for 24 hours a day. When she was a baby, this is what she received. But first, I'm just going to show you the supplies that we need to do a tube feed. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is a syringe. This syringe is 60 mLs, and when my daughter gets a feed, we do 4 of these at a time, and we do it over the course of about an hour. The second thing that I use for her feed is called an extension, and this is what an extension looks like. So this end just hooks onto her Mickey button, which is her feeding tube, which I will show you in one moment, and you make sure that it's locked in so that way it doesn't come undone while I'm administering her feed. And then the third and most important thing that we need is the formula to feed her with. So this is called Nourish, but there are different kinds of feeding tube formulas that the doctor would prescribe for the feeding tube patient. So first thing that you do is you take your syringe and you take your formula and you draw up the amount that you need, which I need 60 ml, so I'm just going to fill the syringe full. Right. So I have the syringe and it's full. The second thing that I'm going to do is I lock in the syringe to the extension and I twist it. And once I twist it, it's locked in. And then I'm going to prime the line. So when you prime the line, you are putting the formula through the line so that there's no air bubbles whenever I administer the feed to my daughter. All right, and then the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, Lillian. I'm going to show you guys all what her Mickey button looks like, which is where I administer her feed. So you go right here. This is her Mickey button right here. And it has a lid right there that opens up. And then it closes like that. So what I first do is I take her extension that's already primed and ready, and I line up the line with the line on her tube, and then I turn it to lock it in place like that. And then after it is locked in place, I start to use the syringe to administer her feed, which you can see right here. So I'm just going to be pressing down on the syringe to give her her feed, and it's going in her belly right now. So this is what we do 3 times a day. Right. And then after I'm done with her feed, I press down on this, and this locks the line so that when I take her extension off her Mickey button, that none of the contents of her stomach comes out. And then it's as easy as that. So that is how you administer a bolus feed with a feeding tube. I hope that brought some awareness to feeding tubes in general and made them a little bit less scary or intimidating. And my daughter wants to say bye to everyone. So
Bye.
thank you.